Merry meet, my lovelies. Today we are going to be doing our first video for the year, and it is all about these wonderful Destiny cards. You can see them there. Hello, Stormy. Stormy's joining us for this video. She's like, Mum, Dad gave me breakfast, but where's my breakfast? Until you've seen me have breakfast, it's not real breakfast. Sorry, I just woke up. I'm filming before my students arrive. So today we're talking about Prudence. Ta-da! Prudence is our focus word for the month. If you aren't aware, at the start of each month, I draw out a card from the Destiny deck. Actually at the start of the year. I draw out all 12 to get a little bit of an insight on what's happening for the rest of the year. So, January is the month of Prudence. Now, prudence is a word that I tend to have a little bit of trouble with the definition of. I instantly relate it, like many others probably do, to the word prude, which has negative connotations. So, prudence actually has a very positive connotation. Depending on your perspective, it can mean to be using resources very well, having discipline. It can also mean to have skill and good judgment when you do use these resources. It can be very prude of you to turn your leftover bananas that are going brown into banana bread. So you're able to come up with solutions without putting anyone in danger, without putting yourself in danger. You're essentially avoiding risks. So that is what prudence is about. Now, the way that prudence is going to be impactful this January is probably to do with how big the outbreak is at the moment. We're hitting like thousands, if not tens of thousands of cases a day again because of, well, it's really no fault, Stormy. It's really no fault of the people that this is happening. But as Gandalf says, it's for us to handle the time that we are given and not lament the times that we're not in. The only thing we have to focus on is what we are going to do with the time we're given. And to be prudent in January is also to plan out the rest of your year. I feel like a lot of people put pressure on other people, so messed up. A lot of people put this imaginary pressure to get your annual planning done before December and that sort of stuff. And really, in this climate, you can't do that. Thanks, Storm. Prudence is very impactful in January because it doesn't matter if you do your planning in December or November or September, or if you did it the previous January. That's really not being prudent. I feel like until the Christmas holidays are done, you can plan for ideal. You can plan for what you are going to accomplish and use that gorgeous New Year's energy to get the task done. But then the world opens up again. Then everyone goes back to work. Then all of your old habits start to re-emerge, and it's up to you to use the resources you have to make sure that you're living the life that you want to be living. For me this year, especially in January, prudence will be about doing the things that I need to get done now while I have this space. Many of you may be aware, I have to get all of the Wolflock Case's first season out by March now. It was by the 13th of December, but handling the Writers' Festival and handling a lot of job changing things, a lot of monetary ups and downs, a lot of physical stress as well. All of that stuff really just put me back. So I had someone be very gracious to me and give me an extension until March. And that is what I will be utilizing. So it is nose to the grindstone for me. I've got book 7 finished. I've got to get book 8 started today, and I'm setting myself a rather big task to get the next 2 books done in 20 days. So if I can do that, I will be very happy. If I can't do that because it's an exceedingly ambitious goal, then at least I'm getting closer to the final goal itself. And prudence is about using what you've got around you with a little bit of caution as well. You need to be a little bit guarded, a little bit heated, and in that, you can be prudent with your time. And that is something that we feel like we don't have much these days. It's nearly a prestigious thing for people to be out of free time, to never have free time. Oh, they must be very important because they're always losing the boundaries to their workplace and letting their workplace and people that aren't important intrude on them. So it could be, oh, you're letting your work leak into your home life, or you're letting your work take away, or you're letting other people you don't really care about take away from your leisure time. I'm reading the book Fuck No by Sarah Knight, and it's really highlighting for me how much you let your boundaries bend and break with things that aren't important, that make you more miserable and make you more time poor. When you're writing, you can't afford to be time poor. Some people work with that crazy energy and they're like, oh man, I've got all this stuff to do, but I'm gonna find 2 minutes to write 2 words and then I'll be happy. And that's not how I operate. I like to single focus. I like to get into the zone and look at what I'm going to be doing and really settle into that beautiful flow. I'm much more like an ocean that's tidal rather than a stream that spikes up whenever it rains. So yes, how are you going to be prudent in January, particularly? Are you going to use the advice that I gave you here and do some planning? Or do you have other ways that you feel like you need to be prudent? What ways does prudence reflect for you? What does it mean for you? I have a feeling it might mean a few things to different people, and I'd really love, because it's such a hard one for me to define, I'd really love to see your input. And I'd really love to hear your opinions on this. And speaking of prudence, I'm also going to be focusing on building my Patreon this year. If you don't know what a Patreon is, it's a platform where you can give a monthly donation to an artist and help support them and their art. It's something that you may love, it's someone you may love, it's something you may just want to support to be helpful in the community. As most of you know, I'm on the Chamber of Commerce and I'm the arts champion. So I do a lot of community work and I want to see Logan's artists thrive. And I can't do that on an empty stomach. I can't do that if my bills are looming. And we've seen this year as well that it's really difficult to write and get the stories out that you love when I'm super stressed out about money. It's a huge help, honestly. When I've realized in my life, when you hit a financial equilibrium and things are just taken care of, you don't have to worry about money. I'm so much more generous with my time, with my finances. I'm so much more relaxed and inspiration flows. Suddenly, the world is filled with possibilities. The world is filled with, oh, but what if? Rather than, oh no, I can't. So please, if you would like to help support me, my writing and community endeavors, you will be able to do that through Patreon for as little as $3 a month. $3 is $36 a year. That's less than your internet. It's less than a Netflix subscription. And by supporting me, I will be able to put out more videos and more books for you. You'll get all the lore first. You get photos of fur babies, like the one sleeping next to me. And you also get a whole bunch of behind the scenes information, which is really exciting. And I will be putting those out prudently throughout the year. I really hope you're able to support me, and I really hope you have a prudent January. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again, my lovelies.